What's up, this is Jukebox, and you're watching Behind the Beat with DJcityTV. I've been producing since the age of 11, like professionally since the age of 13 was I got my first check. I've worked with Will Smith. I did the whole Lost and Found album, which spiraled into me working with Willow. I did Whip My Hair and like 8 other records on her. Also Chris Brown on the Boy in Detention mixtape. Up to date is Swizz Beatz, Chris Brown, and Ludacris, which is Dance Like a White Girl, aka Every Day's Your Birthday. I was in Trinidad. I took a little vacation. It was just kind of just doing my fake little zen, and I was with a girl, and we were just kind of like just being ridiculous, and then she was just dancing. I'm like, you dancing like a white girl, like you dancing like a white girl, and then she starts going like, dance like a white girl, dance like a white girl, and then we just going back and forth joking. So that's how usually all my beats are inspired, just through a million different ideas that come together. I came across the Kill Bill sample as well. I had that in there, and then I just kind of pitched it up a little bit, and then just kind of threw that in there, and it was just one of those vibe out sessions where it just kind of all came together. And I just was sitting with the beat for about a day and just like literally just letting it play. I had it all laid out. And after I had it all the way laid out, I went back into the studio and I was just like, yo, I want to try and land a hook idea. And I just jumped in the booth and I just kind of started freestyling, just like, the party's in your glass, you fill it up until you hit the roof. And just going, and then it just came together and I'm just like, yo, this joint is crazy. So I kept it just in my back pocket, like, who would I want to do this for? I ended up going to New York for a writers conference, and you know, knowing Swizz was based out in New York, you know, I hit him like, yo, what's up, man? I'm in town. Like, you know, can we link up? And he hit me back like immediately, like, yo, like, yeah, come through. I'm at the studio. He gave me the address. Just kind of heard what he was working on, and you know, we chopped it up for a little bit, and then you know, he's like, well, what you got for me? So I played him a couple beats, and you know, what's funny, like Swizz is always just on some different, like all the time. So I was just like, yo, tell me what you think of this record, Swizz, and then played it for him. He went crazy, like, yo, play it back, and he just kept playing it back, and then I'm just like, okay, where's this going? And then, you know, he just ended up being like, all right, throw this in the computer, and then cut the joint on spot and he freestyled the whole joint. Like, he didn't even go into a booth. He had the mic, brought it to the studio, and he just rocking out. And then, you know, a couple weeks later down the line, like, who should we get on it? One day, I just ran up a record playing. Chris was there. I was like, let me play you something. I played him that record. He ended up cutting it that day too. And then they got on the phones, talked to Swizz. Swizz loved the idea. He heard what Chris did, and that was there. And then, I'm not sure how the Luda happened, but that was amazing anyway. So, yeah, that's how that happened. This was the sound that inspired everything. Where I heard the sound, the visual I saw it in just gave me like this huge, like, just little epic feel, but I just wanted to just flip it and do my own little thing. So, you know, it just kind of led into one of the other sounds, which is a little off timing, but you know, hey, it doesn't matter. It's rap music. You know, which is the Kill Bill sample, which is actually, I think it's a lot slower and it's actually a lot longer. I just cut it down. I just used that small little piece, and I pretty much had my drums already set when I was going into it, with my kicks. Just I did like a 24 bar loop. Like, it was like 12. Was just the dance half of it, but then it does the whole 12, the hip hop half, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of just transitioning to this track is kind of like one of those situations where, to me, I like to say it's track meets song, because I feel like without the track, the song wouldn't be where it is, but without the song, the track wouldn't be where it is. You know what I mean? Because it's very minimal to the song, and then, you know what I mean, it's just about how it was all put together. So, like my kick, for example, I don't really like to do too much like EQing. Like, I have my presets already in Pro Tools, but for the most part, it's how you get it into the MPC. And as reference to Everyday Birthday, I recorded it purposely distorted to where it has, you know, just a real, just shaky, like it's just a hint of distortion to where it just gives that extra rumble. And on top of that, I always like to, with any 808s, because I don't feel like they really punch, I put a kick under it to where I'll just, and it always, that never lets me down. Just having that punch kick in there with the 808 sub, it just makes it rock perfectly. And I don't actually have the snare from Dance Like a White Girl, but it was just, it's simple, it was just rocking out. Just all that, you know what I mean? And it was only like 3 drum sounds. Alright, and that was pretty much everything about Everyday Birthday, aka Dance Like a White Girl, Swizz Beatz, Chris Brown, Ludacris, featuring myself. You can holler at me on Twitter, Jukebox, it's Jukebox, at it's Jukebox. Hit me up, and thanks for rocking with me on Behind the Beat, DJ City. Yes, sir.
Every day is your birthday, I hit the flow. Every day is your birthday, I hit the flow.